Hey gays and gals, I'm Chris, aka ChristopherJMUA, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing, testing out, swatching, and getting our first impressions of the Jeffree Cosmetics Beauty Killer 2 eyeshadow palette, along with the Ice Crusher Skin Frost Pro palette and this gorgeous Beauty Killer 2 Butcher Knife mirror. So if you'd like to see this entire collection in all of its glory and see how it swatches and performs, then stay exactly where you are because we're getting into it right now. I definitely 100% have to start with the mirror because it is so cool and I definitely want to use it today. Now this mirror for this collection launched with two different colors. The one I chose is the one in Onyx Chrome, and oh my goodness, look at this mirror. I mean, just look at this. This is so different, so unique, so cool. Ooh, and the fingerprints don't really stick, or at least they're not super obvious like they are on the other chrome mirrors. And the actual mirror size itself is pretty good. That's a decent size mirror, and it feels more sturdy than his normal mirrors. I guess maybe because it's so thin, and the glass from the mirror itself is stuck on this like flat plate thing, rather than it being inside of like an acrylic casing or a plastic casing, like his star mirrors. And it also comes in pink chrome as well. Now the mirror by itself is $30, but you can get the entire bundle with the mirror, the Beauty Killer 2 palette, and the Skin Frost Ice Crusher palette for $95. That's actually what I ordered, that's why I have the bundle of the three, but I noticed that I didn't get a choice of the mirror, or I didn't notice that I had a choice for the mirror, because the black onyx was the one that was in the cart as soon as I picked the bundle. So I'm not really sure how that worked exactly, or if everybody just got a black onyx mirror, or maybe it was a different bundle. Either way, I'm glad they had a bundle with it because I really wanted this mirror. This was the first thing I saw that I was like, gimme, 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 it's mine. Then moving on to the Ice Crusher Skin Frost Pro palette. Fill your icy dreams with these 6 frosty shades. This travel-friendly palette will give you the piercing glow for eyes, face, and body. And finally, the star of the show, the Beauty Killer 2 palette. This palette is $45, and it is an homage to the original Beauty Killer. This cutthroat eyeshadow palette showcases 5 formulas, 2 shimmers, 1 matte with sparkle, and 6 iconic matte shades. Now let's go ahead and zoom out, and we're gonna swatch the Beauty Killer 2 palette. I'm also going to swatch the original Beauty Killer palette underneath the Beauty Killer 2 palette, so we can kind of compare and contrast, see how similar it is or not. The first shade is the shade Guillotine Dream, Blow Up Doll, Soul Sucker, Self-Expression, Redemption, Respect, Under Oath, Indica Bling, Rebirth, and Death Row. And here's all 10 swatches of the Beauty Killer 2 eyeshadow palette. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys photos of the swatches, one with flash here, and one without flash here. Okay guys, now here we have Beauty Killer 2 on this side and Beauty Killer 1 over on this side. I also swatched the Soul Sucker liquid lipstick from the limited edition Halloween mystery boxes, either from last year or the year before. Since this shade is also called Soul Sucker, I thought they might be the same. They are not. They are both black, but the glitter inside the Soul Sucker lipstick is orange, like pumpkin orange. The glitter inside Beauty Killer 2 is almost hollow. There's a lot of different rainbow pieces in it. And when it comes to the two palettes themselves, I mean, sure, the color story is sort of the same. Personally, and in my opinion, the only way I see an homage to Beauty Killer 2 is the packaging. The theme is kind of the same, but really the only shades that I see that are even slightly similar are the pink and the green, and they're not even close, because that's that's definitely not just a solid green like this one is. So take that for what you will. I feel like it's just a completely different new palette. So if you do have Beauty Killer 1 and you are considering not getting Beauty Killer 2 because they might be the same, you don't have to worry about that. They are not. As you can probably tell, eyes are now primed, and I use my tried and true Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base in the shade Fair. Use code ChristopherJMUA if you'd like to save 30% on any Gerard Cosmetics purchase. And today we're gonna start with the shade Redemption. I'm using my Sigma Small Tapered Blending E45 brush for this, and I'm gonna go ahead and just use this as my darkest shade in the crease and just pack it in the outer corner to start building some dimension and shape. I am, however, not going to pull it all the way toward the inner corner because that's where I want to use this chartreusey lime green self-expression. That shade looks so gorgeous, and I can't wait to see how it mixes with the blue. That's such a vivid blue. In the palette, it looks like it's gonna be really, really deep, like a dark, dark navy, and it is sort of on the eye, but when you thin it out, it turns into more of like this light, sort of royal navy instead, if that makes any kind of sense. You can see it. I mean, you can see on the outer edges where I haven't packed on the shadow that it's just a lighter version of itself, and it's pretty cool that you can do that with it and make it more of a touch of lighter color if you choose, or you can really pack it on and build it up and add some depth and dimension. That's already really cool looking. It's almost like sort of a graphic liner sort of vibe, but it's just a big blue wing. If I'm gonna have a look with one color, blue would be it. Or purple. Purple would be it too, because purple works for everything. Redemption built up so perfectly. Look at how vivid and bold that looks. I really, really like that. Now, if you've never been here before, I'm a very trust the process kind of guy when it comes to my eyeshadow. I find it a lot easier for me to shape things like this first, to build up my wings and build up the drama, then kind of tone it down with my makeup eraser and sort of shape everything. So if you're here seeing this now acting terrified, I understand. But now let's take some self-expression and put that in the inner corner and the crease. I feel like this shade is gonna take a ton of building up because it's so bright, but let's see how well it packs on. That's pretty decent for just the first dip. It's not bad at all. And I'm packing majority of the color right in this inner crease portion. Then I'm gonna flip the brush over and use the side that doesn't have a bunch of pigment on it to start blending it up and out into the bridge of the nose, into the brow, just to give it that really blown out look. I feel like that looks so pretty with these bright colors like this. Yeah, that's pretty insane pigment. I like that. And those two colors together, they just really work. Now, before I start trying to blend the green with the blue, I really need to build up the green on this eye first because I know it is gonna make this brush so dark the moment I start to blend. So we're just gonna go ahead and build up the other side first, then blend. Now let's see if we can blend. I'm gonna use the same brush that I've been using. I'm not gonna add any extra self-expression to it. I'm just gonna keep it as is and start to try and blend these two shades together. Wow, it's just melting into that green. I kinda wanna do that all the way across. No. Using Under Oath, I'm gonna go ahead and blend out Redemption with this shade and start sort of pulling everything up to the brow bone. Going along Redemption and packing the shade half on skin, half on Redemption. That just helps with the blend when you're working with colors. That way you have some pigment on your skin so you don't end up with those patchy spots, and you've got pigment over the color so it'll actually blend into each other. It's like Mr. Miyagi but with beauty. Half on, half off.
Wax on, wax off. Don't forget to breathe. Very important.
Looks terrible right now, but like I said, trust the process, hopefully. The blue and this brown are turning into the most gorgeous, unique color. I don't even know what I would call that. It's sort of a yellowy blue, but it's not turning green, if that makes any kind of sense. Maybe it is a little bit green. Oh yeah, okay, it is a little bit green when I see it in the monitor. Just a very interesting color. At this point, I think I've gotten the blue and the brown blended together enough. At least to make me happy. So now I'm gonna take the Respect shade, and this is really just for continuity. I just wanna make sure that the brown up into the brow bone doesn't have this harsh line. So I'm gonna use Respect and go ahead and, oh wow, that is a very crumbly, powdery shade. Super, super soft. And we're just gonna take this shade right on the brow bone. start packing it on little by little, and then very gently blending it downward. I prefer taking my lighter shades and blending them down instead of my darker shades and trying to blend them up, because usually the darker shade takes over much faster and you end up with the darker shade everywhere. I don't want that today. Well, hello, you soft and perfect blend you. Jeez, I didn't expect it to be that blended. Guys, I'm loving this so much. Everything's just working so beautifully together, and it's just punchy and vibrant, and there's a lot of depth to it, but I need to clean this up before I move on to the lid and cut my crease. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Just kind of clean up the edges, make it nice and neat, cut my crease off camera, then we'll come back and finish off the lid. Crease is now cut and everything's cleaned up a little bit, so I have nice sharp edges, and I use my P. Louise base IC in the shade Winter Rose to cut the crease with, and I'm gonna take the shade Blow Up Doll and pack that all over this Winter Rose base. Oh my god, that is so pink! It's so vibrant, especially on top of the soft, like, winter pastel-y pink. It really pops. Oh yeah. This is how we do it. Dun, 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 dun. This is how we do it. This pink is just so vibrant. It like takes over completely, and being right by that green, it's making it pop even more. I'm really loving this. But now we need to add the most dimension. So I'm gonna use Soul Sucker and take this teeny tiny little bitty brush and start putting that in the crease right on the outside here, and sort of fill the outer V on top of the pink with Soul Sucker. Literal perfection. Look at that blend. Oh my goodness. I can't see any of the glitter though, so that's kind of disappointing because I really thought the glitter was gonna show up like a lot, but I don't even see it a little bit. Neighbor, can you not mow right now? That would be really nice. Okie dokie, with the black all applied and blended out, I love what that did there. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and get all of my face makeup done, and we'll come back and finish off the lower lash line and the highlighter, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts on the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Beauty Killer 2 collection. With the face makeup now completed, I feel like this look is finally coming together, but we need to finish off the lower lash line. I'm gonna start with using Redemption again, but with a really, really tiny bullet brush, and staying very close to my lower lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and sort of tight line along the lower lash, keeping the blue really close. Now, I've been trying to avoid it the entire time, but I've gotta go in with some purple. So I'm gonna smoke out Redemption with Death Row right here. This brush is probably way too big for this, but we're gonna try it anyway. Oh wow, that's really cool. Ooh, navy to this purple is gorgeous. What kind of purple is that? It's definitely blue based. Oh, just look at that smoky gorgeousness. That is so freaking beautiful. All right, now that all of the eyeshadow was applied, I think this is probably one of my favorite looks using Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes. I don't know what it is about this color combination and the color story coming together like this, but I love the way this looks. I feel like everything's working together in its own way. Over here, we've got the blue to the green to the brown, and it just fades so beautifully. Then we pop over here and we have the hot pink with the contrasting lime green. And then in the center, we have this gorgeous blend between those four shades, just making the perfect gradient for the cut crease. I'm loving it. But let's move on to highlighter. Oh yes. But first, let me put some mascara on my lower lashes. I'll be right back. Now that I fixed my lower lash mascara situation and threw on some gloss and set my face with some setting spray, let's skin frost. Oh, there are so many beautiful shades in here. Do I want to go like white and cool toned and kind of icy? Do I want a little bit of a pink shift to it where it looks a little more natural? I did throw on a pink blush from the palette, so the pink would fit. Or we can go peachy yellow. The gloss does have a greeny yellow reflect. There's so many options. Okay, I'm gonna go with Ice Pick Headache. We're gonna see how that one looks. Oh my goodness, I just tapped into that. Do not tap into this like this, because it'll, like, yeah, everywhere. Literally everywhere. Oh fuck.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Shit. Let's go over here with the rest. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, that side's a little too intense. No, it's not. Who am I kidding? Oh, that is so freaking beautiful. It's not really melting in though. I won't say it's like adding texture because it's really not doing that. It's not sitting on top of the skin, making it look bad, but it's not melting in either. I love the amount of glow that has though. Oh, that's a Strobe highlighter. Very much so. Let's take a little bit up here. See what she looks like on the forehead. Oh yeah, highlight those pimples, honey. Highlight them. And the Cupid's bow. I should have done this before I put on gloss. It actually made it more intense because the gloss is there and I didn't move the gloss around, so it just stuck to the upper edge. I like that. Hello, Cupid's bow. See if we can get it straight down the nose without a bunch of glitter everywhere. Oops, I pressed a little hard going down the nose. Let me see if I can get rid of the big giant edge of highlighter so it doesn't look like my nose is twice as wide as it actually is. Well, that didn't work. Now I am very curious to see if I can turn this into a soft glow rather than a... You know what I mean. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my Wicked Artistry Violacious Mist Me setting spray and just spray here and here. And let's see if we can just press that in a little bit and decrease the intensity just a tad. Oh my God, that looks so beautiful. That literally did exactly what I needed it to do. It just kind of melted in and looks really natural now. It's still Strobe. I said really natural. That's my really natural, okay. It's still Strobe, but it melted in a lot better. It looks like my skin is just dewy, glowy, flashy. I hope that works on the nose too. Thank goodness it did. Still too wide, and it made my nose look really wide, but it's still pretty. It made my nose look like it's broken. Oh well, whatever. Since I've experienced Ice Crusher on my face, I now need to put some in my inner corner. I wasn't going to. I thought I was finished with this look and that it looked perfect and gorgeous, but now that I see this, and this, and this, and this, I've got to. Ow, that hurt. And again, ice pink headache it is. Oh yeah, don't go into the palette while it's vertical. Oh my goodness. Okay, so proceed with caution if you choose to use the Skin Frost highlighter palette as your inner corner highlight on your eyes as well, because there is quite a bit of glitter fallout. I'm hoping it's gonna just brush away. Oh, it did. Okay. Huh. Okay, well then I guess you don't really have to worry about it because it just brushed right away. With Ice Crusher rounding everything out, we are now finished with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Beauty Killer 2 eyeshadow palette review. So what do you guys think of the look? For me, in my opinion, personally, allegedly, I love this palette, as you might have guessed. Really, I love this collection. I think my favorite part of it, for sure, hands down, is the butcher knife mirror. I think that's just really cool. Just as a ridiculous novelty item, I think this is so much fun, and it's gonna fit beautifully among my wall of mirrors. I've always been a big fan of the Skin Frost formula. I prefer the Skin Frost over the Extreme Frost. Don't get me wrong, the Extreme Frost formula has a time and a place. It's very, very intense, very sparkly, very glittery. But the Skin Frost formula, as you could see, is a little more versatile. You can make it be really intense, really blinding, but you can also bring it back a little bit, tone it down a tad. Not when you add extra and then blend it in with a sponge, but if you don't add extra, you can keep it subtle. And I feel like the shade selection within the Ice Crusher palette is a pretty decent variety, and it gives you options so that you can find something that's gonna work for the look you create that day. And of course, the star of our show, Beauty Killer 2. Like I said earlier, I don't think this is like a duplication of Beauty Killer at all. We saw the swatches side by side. We could definitely recognize that they're not the same shades, not even really close to the same color story, in my opinion. But if you've used both palettes, or you have the original Beauty Killer palette, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like both of the palettes are the same? Or do you feel like I do and you don't feel like they look the same at all. Let me know down in the comments. You guys know, obviously, I love this palette. I definitely recommend this palette. The formula is great, just like all the other Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes that I know and love and have tried. With that being said, I hope you guys had a fun time hanging out with me, testing out, swatching, and creating a look with the Beauty Killer 2 collection. If you did enjoy it and you like videos like this, you like Jeffree Star Cosmetics reviews, if you like beauty subscription box unboxings, first impressions, collaborations, challenges, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down there and hit the little notification bell right beside subscribe so that you might be notified when I upload a new video. Also, if you like this look and you want to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, then please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.